I'm sure we've all seen those TikTok videos reposted on Instagram and Tumblr and everywhere else where there is a prank played on someone, usually a romantic partner, that goes way over the line. And when that person reacts as one would, for example, if being told that their partner was cheating, they're the ones who are treated like they're insane for feeling a normal response to that level of invasion. Well, these pranks aren't the only kind, as there are a myriad of pranks that aren't really pranks. But let's get into it.
So what we always hear about these kinds of cake shoving videos is that it's just a joke. After this bride very clearly says, "Do not shove the cake in my face," the groom holds her down and quite forcefully shoves this cake in her face, to which she decides to just walk out of the reception. And the groom later responds, "She's completely overreacting. It's just a joke. It's just for laughs." Yeah, let me explain that joke to you. Here's how the joke is supposed to go. You as the woman are supposed to be a very passive participant in the cake smushing. It's supposed to be a humiliation ritual of you. You're supposed to be the one getting embarrassed, and it's very one-sided. It's supposed to be a hearty laugh at your expense, which is why when women smush the cake first, things like this tends to happen. She got a laugh from the crowd, and he throws the entire cake at her.
So tell me, what is more of an overreaction? Having a little bit of cake smeared on your face when you're not wearing makeup and can very easily wash it off because you're a man who didn't do anything besides put on a suit? Or walking out of your wedding because you literally told your husband several times, "No, I don't want to do that," and he did it anyway over a face of makeup that typically costs in the hundreds for a wedding? I feel like one of those things is not equal to the other.
Because you're the only one who's supposed to be humiliated. It's not a joke if you do it to him and you get a laugh from the crowd. And you may say that's an isolated incident. That's one silly guy. But no, it's happened a few times. It's supposed to be just a laugh, supposed to be just a joke, but she gets a laugh from the crowd, and then here comes the violence. I mean, this guy damaged her nose. She's on the floor. For me, it is the violence the men are holding these women down with. They are fighting back. The women are saying, "Don't stop, let me go." And, people, I guess his friends are laughing in the crowd. The woman is fighting for her life, and the guy continues to grab her to smush cake.
Pranks are supposed to be good-natured, and when they stop being good-natured, that's when they're no longer funny. For example, for April Fool's Day last year, I called my mom and I fake cried and I said, "I failed my last test. I'm gonna have to flunk out. I'm gonna become a truck driver and just travel across the country. I hate living here." And they believed me because I sold it pretty well. But you know what? It got their blood pressure up. It lasted literally 5 minutes, and we all laughed about it afterwards. What would not be a joke is this, where you literally are upset. You are literally upset. You are hurt. In some of these cases, they're pushing the women down to the floor. They are hurting her. They're humiliating her. Those aren't jokes. And you can't tell me that they don't know the difference, because when the women do it to them, they get very, very upset.
And the reason for the force is because it was never a joke. The guy might be laughing in front of everyone, but he's getting off on your humiliation. He is enjoying hurting you. This is most likely a shut-up ring turned wedding. And, he wants to show everyone how much he despises you on your special day. Don't let it get to this point, ladies. If he's dragging his feet, go back and watch all the signs of a shut-up ring. But if he wasn't an excited and enthusiastic participant before the wedding, he's not going to change afterwards.
Another example of something that's not a prank. If you put Nair in someone's shampoo and they lose hair, a permanent thing, that's not a joke. If you cause someone's hair to change color and it won't change back within a very short amount of time, that's not a joke. And in this case, he's literally cutting her hair, something that is considered bodily harm and assault. You can literally go to court for this. And obviously, hair is a big part of our appearance, something that we see every day and it's not easily changed. And obviously, this is something that's going to make someone upset if you have to trick them to do it. So I don't understand how he could ever view this as just a joke, just a prank. We all know that it's not. It's the humiliation that he's seeking, and he's enjoying her anger.
Your ass is going to the hospital. Unapologetically, without even a morsel of regret, your ass is going to the hospital. How fucking dare you? This man is at home with his wife and their child when he pretends to give her a hug so that he can then cut her hair as a prank. And when he sees how upset he's made her, how does he react? Does he fall to his knees and apologize? No, of course not. He does this. From the same vibe. Oh, I love it and I hate it at the same time. Jumping up and down like it's literally the most hilarious thing that he's ever experienced. And I fucking dare somebody to say, well, it's just hair. First off, hair is very important to a lot of people, and that's okay. Secondly, that is assault. No ifs, ands, or buts. If he's doing this as a prank, what is he doing when he's upset or mad? People who love you don't humiliate you for fun.
Next up, I got some of these older pranks, which I have to say, most people have disavowed them. Most people have, like, a lot, it's not a minority belief that these are bad, not funny pranks. And I've seen girls doing them just as much as guys. I'm just pointing out that in general, these aren't pranks.
Mwah. 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 You a dirty bitch. Oh, yeah. Come on.
And to be honest, I don't know what you expect from, like, these pranks. Either you make your partner really upset, like they're hurt, like they're crying and breaking down, or they're going to be angry at you. Either way, you're putting your partner through some emotional pain, or you're going to get yourself hurt. And hell, it wouldn't surprise me if this trend had continued that someone would eventually get shot over this. I mean, especially in the South where everyone's carrying a freaking gun, I could very easily see guy walking in on wife playing this prank and then shooting the mannequin and her because of this. And I'm sure many people have been at least assaulted, like hit with things, more so than just the microwave. Because, I mean, what do you expect when someone's been cheated on? I'm lucky. I've never been cheated on. But one of my friends I made in Cambodia, he mentioned that he didn't know how bad cheating felt until after he had been cheated on. So he cheated on a girl, and then years down the line, a girl cheated on him. And that's when he suddenly had the ability to find empathy, which is astounding to me, because I feel like the only way, but I think it's also something that's really revealing, because I think the only way you could play this kind of prank on someone is if you have not been cheated on. If you are the person who does the cheating, or otherwise have never been cheated on or involved in cheating.
Days to decide you want to prank her wedding day.
I'm just gonna say it. These pranks are really just the millennial version of I hate my wife jokes.
And honestly, that's the case. If you're playing these kind of mean-spirited pranks, you're not playing a prank. You are being cruel to someone for your entertainment, and it's not funny. And a lot of them are, I think, like she said, especially the wedding cake ones, I think they're honestly centered around the same, like, oh, that's the ball and chain, I'm getting forced to get married, even though marriage benefits men more than women. It's an aggravating thing to witness, and I'm really hoping that, I'm glad to see that there's a lot of criticism of this, especially from women who are just regular old women. So I'm hoping that at least some women are going to wake up and see that this is not okay, see the red flags before you get to your wedding, and hell, even if you are at your wedding and they pull this kind of thing, don't think this is like a sunk cost. Like, it's better to go ahead and say, okay, we're not going to file the paperwork. I'd rather have the damn party and then we break up than it is to stick around with the man who's going to continue with this pattern of behavior.
Instant fucking divorce. Smush cake on my fucking face? Instant divorce. Get anything, even just water on my dress or hair? Fucking divorce. Disrespect me or my family or friends in any kind of fucking way that you haven't done before. Divorce! Just because it's your fucking wedding day. That don't mean shit. If anything, it's just easier because you can get an annulment. So don't fucking do it. Divorce! Divorce!
To be honest, I think this is kind of an ongoing trend with we tend to act differently online than we would in person. We tend to act differently when there's an audience. We tend to act differently now with the amount of social media, with the amount of internet interactions that we have than we did previously. And all of these things are kind of adding up in a major way with how we socialize with one another. I think that, like, it's pretty obvious that, like, go back 10 years, these jokes wouldn't be seen as funny, as pranks. They would have been obviously seen for what they were, which is rude, and they wouldn't have done it. Because not only, like I said, these weddings are expensive. Getting ready for a wedding is expensive. It's something that you guys save up for. If you don't want to get married, don't get married. But then you have these so-called jokes, the cheating jokes, these sex jokes, all these different jokes that are obviously harmful. I think that just goes to show a continuing trend of people getting more callous online. Like, because there is social media, because there's, money, there's attention, I think people are losing sort of a feeling of empathy for their fellow people. And I'm hoping that we grow out of it. I'm hoping that things get better, but to be honest, I'm not sure if that's going to happen. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, let me know in the comment section down below. And I was fighting that for like a hot minute. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye.